Palantir is top of class and does it once again. They beat 199 other competitors for the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, or the VA's Tech AI Sprint. Now, this was a whole journey almost 8 months in the making when the VA announced back then the competition stemming from a presidential executive order to address worker burnout. If this sounds very familiar, I did some coverage on this back in March where it was noted Palantir was a top 25 finalist to compete for the $1 million prize money, or at least a portion of it. Now, it's a very small amount for a company the size of Palantir and valuation-wise, and won't make or break the company, obviously, but winning and creating a use case for the VA is obviously another brownie point that can lead to contracts to the tens of millions of dollars, which Palantir has already been working with the VA and saving them tons of money, as they've posted previous blog posts but for a different use case. Now, most impressively from a last article in March, Palantir, as mentioned, basically beat out 199 other teams who applied, so 200 applications down to 100 teams, and then based on these, they went down to 60, and then the top 25 finalists, as I mentioned, and then Palantir eventually being named a winner. Now, from Palantir's new X post, they note they are honored to win the VA's AI Tech Sprint and showcased a whole demo for the AIP for medical record management, which targets reducing worker burnout, so check out the 10-minute video when you have a chance. But the significance of this announcement is that Palantir is basically ready to compete no matter how big or small, and when you think of these kinds of competitions, a lot of mature companies might overlook this and think they're too good for them, but that can be an issue down the line when you aren't scanning the landscape for up-and-comers. So overlooking the smaller competition is how innovation happens and you get beat out as the incumbent, and maybe not immediately, but down the line in the future, these little sparks of creativity and solution building is what keeps companies reinventing themselves, or at least continually improving their product offerings. So I think it's great they're actually continuing to get their hands dirty and proving among even 200 applications who comprise of startups to mature businesses that Palantir is in it to win it and can actually pull it off. So hopefully this leads to a larger implementation for the VA, as quantitatively, of course, it's obviously a large opportunity for Palantir software to make real change, but qualitatively, this is a system plagued by horror stories of the veterans' experience with the system, and healthcare worker burnout is a real factor when it comes to the quality of care that they receive. And I'm definitely not blaming the healthcare workers themselves, but rather the system around them in managing it and ensuring they can optimally deliver care to improve the patient experience, especially for those who've served our country. But what are your thoughts below? And I'll see you in the next video.